And finally, let's move to Pisces. Pisces, if many of the other signs are being asked to work harder, plan more carefully, or face difficult truths this month, you are being asked to remember something much simpler. Real joy. The kind of joy that doesn't need a reason. The kind of joy that exists before success, before achievement, before approval, before certainty. Because June 2026 is one of the most creative, romantic, and emotionally fulfilling months you've experienced in quite some time. And honestly, after everything you've been carrying, you deserve it. For much of the month, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are moving through your 5th house, the house of creativity, romance, pleasure, children, passion projects, and the inner child that still lives within you. This is beautiful energy, because the 5th house reminds us that life is not only about responsibilities, it's also about what makes us come alive. And Pisces, the universe is asking you to reconnect with that feeling. What lights you up? What makes you lose track of time? What makes your heart feel lighter? What makes you feel inspired? These questions matter more than you might think, because sometimes our purpose is hidden inside our joy. And June gives you permission to follow that joy. Some Pisces may return to an old hobby. Some may begin a creative project. Some may discover a new passion. Some may reconnect with art, music, writing, painting, dance, photography, or storytelling. And some may simply remember how to play again. Don't underestimate that. Play is healing. Creativity is healing. Joy is healing. And June wants you to experience all three. Now, let's talk about June 9th, because this is one of the most magical days of the month. Venus and Jupiter meet in your 5th house. And honestly, if there were ever a transit designed for happiness, this would be one of them. This energy feels warm, generous, creative, romantic, inspiring. You may receive good news. You may meet someone interesting. You may feel unusually confident. You may experience a breakthrough in a creative project. Or you may simply have one of those beautiful moments where life reminds you why it's worth showing up. Pay attention to what happens around this date. The universe is planting seeds, and some of those seeds may continue growing for many months. Now let's talk about love, because Pisces, this is one of the strongest romantic months of the year for you. The first half of June carries beautiful energy for connection. You may feel more open, more affectionate, more emotionally available, more willing to share your heart, and people may respond positively to that energy. Around June 17th, Venus forms a beautiful connection with Neptune, your ruling planet, and this is pure Pisces magic. Romance, sentimentality, compassion, soul-level connection. The atmosphere becomes softer, more poetic, more emotionally rich. This is wonderful energy for love, for art, for creativity, for spiritual connection, for meaningful moments with people you care about. I want to offer one gentle reminder. Not every beautiful feeling tells the whole story. Not every fantasy becomes reality. And not every person deserves the version of them you've imagined. Around this time, it's important to stay grounded. Enjoy the magic. Enjoy the romance. Enjoy the inspiration. But remember to see people as they are, not only as you hope they might become. That's one of the healthiest ways to work with Neptune energy. Now let's talk about communication. Because Mercury enters Cancer on June 1st, and this immediately deepens your conversations. People may feel more comfortable opening up to you. You may become more aware of your intuition. Your words carry emotional weight this month. Use them kindly. Use them honestly. However, around June 4th, Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Neptune. And this is one of the few moments of caution in your forecast. Situations may not be what they seem. Assumptions may lead to misunderstandings. So slow down. Double-check details, especially if money, contracts, or important decisions are involved. Your intuition is powerful. Now, let's shift toward career. Because while June feels playful and creative, professional opportunities are still very present. Around June 9th, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction supports networking, helpful contacts, collaborations, creative opportunities, and connections that may prove valuable later. This is not necessarily about immediate results. It's about planting seeds, about meeting the right people, about opening doors, about building momentum. Then, around June 19th, Mercury connects with Mars, and suddenly your ideas gain traction. Conversations become productive. You may feel more confident taking action, more willing to share your ideas, more ready to move from imagination into execution, and that's important, because creativity becomes most powerful when it moves into reality. The universe isn't asking you to stop dreaming. It's asking you to build something from your dreams. Because June has an important message here too. You need rhythm, not perfection. Rhythm, your soul responds beautifully to routines that feel nourishing rather than restrictive. A morning ritual, a walk, journaling, meditation, painting, time near water, whatever helps you reconnect with yourself. The goal is not discipline for its own sake. The goal is nourishment. Then around June 26th, the Sun forms a difficult aspect to Neptune, and this is your reminder to rest. Pause, slow down, take a break. Not because you're failing, because you're human. Your sensitivity is one of your greatest gifts. But sensitivity requires recovery time. Give yourself permission to rest when your body asks for it. Now let's talk about the new moon on June 15th. This new moon encourages you to organize your thoughts, release mental clutter, and find a conscious path forward. You don't need all the answers. You only need the next step. Sometimes, clarity arrives one step at a time. Trust that process. Then we arrive at the final days of June, and something important begins shifting. On June 29th, Mercury stations retrograde. This is your invitation to reflect, to revisit old ideas, to reconnect with unfinished creative projects, to resolve misunderstandings, and to listen more deeply to your inner voice. Not everything requires immediate action. Some things require reflection. Then on June 30th, we experience the strawberry full moon. And Pisces, this full moon feels intuitive, emotional, insightful. You may receive a powerful realization, a dream, an intuitive message, or a moment of clarity that seems to arrive from nowhere. Pay attention. Your intuition is especially strong. And finally, Jupiter leaves Cancer and enters Leo, bringing the focus toward your 6th house, the house of routines, health, work, daily life, and practical well-being. For the next 12 months, the universe begins helping you improve the structure of your life, not in a restrictive way, in a supportive way. You'll be encouraged to create habits that sustain your creativity, systems that support your dreams, routines that help you thrive, because even magic needs a container. And that's what the next year is helping you build. If I could summarize June for Pisces in one sentence, it would be this. You are being reminded that joy is not a distraction from your path. Joy is part of your path. June begins with creativity. It ends with clarity. And somewhere in between, you may rediscover a piece of yourself that has been waiting patiently to be expressed. And with that, we've reached the end of our June 2026 journey through the zodiac. And before we finish today's journey, let's take a moment to look at the bigger picture. Because June 2026 is much more than just another month. It feels like a bridge between who we've been and who we're becoming, a bridge between the emotional lessons we've been learning and the creative life we're now being invited to build. Throughout June, many of us are being asked to release old fears, old burdens, old stories, old versions of ourselves that no longer fit. The month begins with strong Cancer energy, a reminder to nurture ourselves, to heal, to reconnect with our hearts, to remember what truly matters. But as the month unfolds, something begins to change. The energy becomes brighter, more confident, more expressive, more visible. As Venus and eventually Jupiter move into Leo, the universe gently reminds us that healing was never meant to keep us hidden forever. Healing was meant to prepare us for living, for creating, for loving, for sharing our gifts with the world. June asks us to stop shrinking, to stop underestimating ourselves, to stop waiting for permission, and instead, to step forward with courage. The new moon on June 15th reminds us that every new chapter begins with a single conscious choice, a single decision, a single seed, and then, as we arrive at the beautiful strawberry full moon on June 30th, we are invited to look honestly at our lives and ask, what am I carrying that no longer belongs to me? What responsibility can I release? Where do I need stronger boundaries? And where am I finally ready to choose myself? This month is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. And that's a journey worth celebrating. So, as we move into July and into this brand new Jupiter in Leo chapter, remember this: your gifts matter, your voice matters, your creativity matters, your dreams matter, and the world does not need a smaller version of you. It needs the real you, the authentic you, the courageous you, the version of you that is willing to shine. Thank you, beautiful souls, for spending this time with me today. Thank you for being part of this incredible community. Thank you for your kindness, your comments, your support, your messages, and for sharing your stories with me. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need these messages right now. And if you feel comfortable, let me know in the comments. Which sign are you? And what message from June 2026 resonated with you the most? I read far more of your comments than you probably realize, and I truly love hearing from you. I wish each and every one of you a beautiful June. May this month bring healing where healing is needed, clarity where confusion exists, courage where fear has been holding you back, and opportunities that help you step into the next chapter of your life. Take good care of yourselves. Be gentle with your hearts. Trust your journey. And remember, sometimes the universe isn't delaying your blessings. Sometimes it's preparing you for them. Until next time, sending you love, light, and many blessings, and I'll see you in the next message from the sky.